All right, so now I'm going to this using an AI tool as well. So this is going to help me provide some of that feedback and get it back to students more quickly, but also to define next steps for individuals or small groups who might need some of that additional support. So I'm going to be reviewing a rough draft of this, and this is going to focus on step 8 here, where we're using the assessment information to refine and guide instruction. So I'm using a tool called Enlighten AI, where students have submitted their work on Google Classroom, but I am importing this into this to use their AI right here. So I'm going to confirm the submission right here, and I put in this rubric. I just uploaded it, so I'm going to use that rubric right here. I can give it stuff for my grade level. I could say I could give it this. It's depends, right? Because maybe they're doing different paragraphs. Maybe they're getting detailed. We could say 5 from that. And I'm going to get my prompt here. Okay, I got my prompt here, so we're going to paste that in. If I had any reference text, I could put that in there as well. Whether that's a PDF or an image, I could put that in there. So if they were responding to something based on an image, I could put that in there as well. I'm not going to get my rest of my instructions on here. I'm just going to go to the next step. Okay, and now it wants to know the style right here. So I could give it a narrative note, glows and grows, or rubric based feedback. I'm going to go rubric based, and I can kind of indicate the length right here. So usually if I go this long, it's going to be really long. Student might not use it. And if I wanted to, I could give an exemplar right here, and I could focus on specific things that I want them to emphasize. I'm not going to do anything like that, but we're just going to go to the next step here. Okay, so we got our submissions in here. We got our instructions. We're going to start the grading process. Okay, and it's going to go through this. And I would be reading this as well, right? I would be kind of skimming through this and thinking about what I would say. And now what it's going to do is provide the feedback on those different sections right here. Okay, and then give it a moment. It's going to score it for us. Actually, this one is going to have us score it. We're going to kind of fine tune it right here. So I'm looking, and I can maybe give it a 2. We'll just say some things right here. We'll give it a 2, and then maybe a 3, and then I get this overall score here that's calculated by this. I could regenerate the feedback. I also can edit it, right? So if I don't want things, I could delete that, and I can kind of edit this. Anything that I add on here, the AI is going to get trained to that as well. So I'm not going to do anything just for the sake of showing this. Okay, we got our next one right here. Let it go through. All right, so I've trained another one here. We're going to save and continue right here. I'm going to let this go. All right, so now it's getting a little bit faster at providing the scores based on the rubric. And again, I can change it, but we're going to do one more here, and this should get it to be 100% trained. All right, so we have that feedback. It's going to do the rubric score. It's working on that right now. And then after this, we're going to be able to just have it do the rest right here. Okay, so I could just choose AI grade remaining. So if I don't want to look at it anymore, I could do that, and then I could come back to it. So I'm just gonna have it do that, and it's gonna kind of work in the background here, and we'll come back in just a moment. All right, so here we are with our student submissions right here, and I can view some of these and peek in and edit. But I'm just going to go over here, and I'm just going to approve. I'm just going to go quickly through and approve all of them All right. So I've graded all my submissions. Yes, I save so much time. So that's kind of relative to how often you might spend grading these. But we got a lot of feedback, so we're gonna continue right here. And now I could bulk send the feedback, which I could post on their document. I could send an individual email to them, or I could send a PDF file. I probably don't want to do this because that's going to really mess up the stream there for me as a teacher. But I could give them their feedback. But let's go ahead now and look at our data driven resources. Okay. So, what's going to happen right here is we're going to have some resources kind of based off the data that we receive. So the AI is kind of working, okay, a summary of what has been analyzed over all of the submissions and what things they might need to include. What do we need to reteach right here? And we could develop a resource right here. So next steps, I will draft the resource I described for you. You can edit it or give me feedback or guidance, anything like that. So I have this right here where we're given another non-exemplar and we're going to a revision right here. And I can just type in some things right here. I could look at some other AI tools right here. Maybe I want to add a multiple choice quiz on this. I got lots of stuff right there. So this is a great way for you to just kind of get some of that immediate feedback to students so that it's timely, and then identify what gaps you might need to reteach so that students are fully prepared to make those final changes and submit their final draft.